This movie tells a story of Codename 13, a 17-year-old assassin who is suspended due to a sloppy mission in Japan. She meets 11-year-old Monji, who loses his mother, and sets out to rescue him. This movie has a lot of action scenes, along with bad writing and a ridiculous amount of cringe dialogue. The movie tries to build a plot, in fact a lot of it, but never in ways that land or create an effective world. The movie has too many ideas where it arguably doesn't matter, and too few where it definitely does. It eventually becomes totally insubstantial, and a chore to get through. This movie actually starts quite well with a good action scene set in Japan. Unfortunately, it goes downhill really fast afterwards. The story is flat and dull. Apart from the two female leads, the rest of the characters are really uninteresting. The movie has two competing subplots for its two leads that have each own set of characters. The story becomes bloated and really convoluted. All the villains are really shallow, as the movie introduces too many of them without enough efforts to explore the characters. There are the drug dealer, the politician's son, the corrupt cop, and the governor hopeful. The one that has promise is the crooked cop character. However, the movie doesn't seem to care to dig deeper into his interiority. The movie could just focus on him and his army as the main villains for our protagonist, instead of giving us really dull set of villains. The relationship between our heroine and the kid feels really forced and unnatural. The movie fails to build enough logical or even emotional reason for the character to do what she does, to sacrifice her life for the kid. The movie is better in showing the relationship between her and her instructor, who unfortunately goes in separate subplot. This second subplot, which involves the instructor, has a bit more interesting characters than the main subplot. However, the movie refuses to explore their dynamics further. These two subplots with all the antagonist characters stretch the movie duration to 144 minutes, which feels really drag and dull. Even the action can't save the mediocre story, as it's really hard to care for the characters, and there is no energy or motivating factors around it to create a story with narrative friction to supplement this violently realized exercise of an assassin gone rogue. Within narrative framework, the action cracks under the demands of telling a story around it, as if the action scenes solely exist outside the realm of its own movie. The rest of the action feel underwhelming, especially compared to the opening sequence. Apart from the opening sequence, the movie doesn't have well-crafted action to make up for the story and characters. The choreography of the fighting and action scenes in general feel uninspired and rather repetitive. Overall, the movie ultimately feels disjointed and lacking in substance. It's probably still worth to watch this on your streaming service for the opening fight scene alone, and then just skip the rest.